Hello guys, welcome back to another video. I am Unroyal, your host of this little showcase. And today we are taking a look at the 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 302. Now, this car is a personal favorite of mine. So, a little notes on it. It sports the Boss 302 small block V8. Hence why it is called the Boss 302. And the engine was formerly known as the 302HO. Now, if you guys know what the HO stands for, please let me know in the comments down below. I tried doing some digging and I could not find it. But this car pushes 290 horsepower and 290 foot-pounds of torque, showing that is a pretty evenly distributed power. And this car was Ford's answer to the Z28 Camaro. For those that don't know, the Camaros were designed to beat the Mustang, and Ford decided, you know what, let's not get beat no more, and this car was that answer. Also, at the time, demographics did predict that up to 20,000 Camaros might be sold in 1969. So, the car was designed by former GM employee Larry Shinoda. I don't know if he is related to Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park, but Larry did design it to delete the fake air scoops in the rear quarter panel fenders, and he also added a front spoiler and rear deck wing, and according to the research I found, it made the Boss 302 one of the first production cars to feature both of those things, so take that for what you will. It was also deemed as what Shelby GT350s and GT500s should have been. I guess on the track it was a monster. Then, in 1969, there were only 1,934 built, and they were priced at $3,720. And in today's market, that would be an equivalent to $32,144. Pretty expensive car for the time. Now, this thing did get featured in music videos from Twisted Sister and NSYNC. And it was also featured in movies like Scream 4 and Trading Paint. And if I recall correctly, it was featured in Fast and Furious 6 for a brief moment of time. I think it was what Roman was driving before it got crushed by a tank. So, with all that gushing out of the way, let's go ahead and take this thing to a test track and see how it does stock-wise. Alright, so something I wish I would have done with the Charger. I'm going to take this completely stock. It does come stock at D-Class with a PI of 343. And again, I do wish I would have done this with the Charger, but we're going to take a stock lap time from a standing start and a rolling start. So, starting with the standing start, going into turn 1. Let me go ahead and get this out of the way so I can see the map. But anyways, going into turn 1, pretty easy to handle as it is. Going into the keyhole, we're going to start braking at this 100 board. Try saying that 3 times fast. But anyways, going into the keyhole, it looks like I could have taken that a little easier, but when you hit the gas, it seems to want to straighten out quite a bit. Going through the keyhole at 12 seconds. Trying to get into turn 3. Now, this thing is a bit of a fun time. I don't know why the text is still there. It looks like a glitch on turn 10's part. But anyways, going into turns 4 and 5 near China Beach. This is where I think a lot of people crash into, and I don't know why they call it China Beach. I think it's just where a lot of people like to camp out. So I guess it's just their little camping bit. Going through the S's now, trying to get into turns 7, 8, and 9. Going through turns 8 and 9 seems like a bit of a corkscrew type deal. And going into turns, what was this, turn 11? I forgot where I was on the map. Going into the carousel now. So far, pushing, well, not so much pushing the car, not trying to overdrive it right now. This is completely stock, and I'm kind of used to race-built race cars, and our standing stop is a 156.395. And I did go and do this for the Charger before I did this, so you will see my little note / spreadsheet of that after this little rolling start. But anyways, braking at the 100 board again. Let's see if I can take the keyhole a little faster. Looks like it. It is green. So far, doing a pretty good job. Got to know the car after a lap, and it looks like my keyhole time is 11.9 flat. Split time being a 4.3 seconds slow or faster. Going into turn 3, trying to get to China Beach. Braking at that 400 port again, and looks like I'm taking this turn a little bit tighter. So far, a little bit faster. Turns 4 and 5. Going into turn 6, going into the S's. Taking that turn a little faster at 12.2, a 0.2 second increase, and going into the S's, turns 7 and 8. And going into turns 8 and 9, going into Thunder Valley. I do mess up this turn a little bit. I could have taken it a little faster, but it seems to be slightly slower, not too much. But going into turn 11, going into the carousel. Yeah, it looks like I'm taking this one a little bit slower, going a little faster now. Seems like certain sections are a little different. And there I go, botching a little bit with my lap being a 151.68. Let's see where it stacks with my Charger. Alright, so taking a look at the times, I do have this a little organized. I need an actual spreadsheet for this, but anyways, when compared to my Charger at a standing start, it was about 3 seconds slower. But at the rolling start, it was a second slower, so it can keep up with the Charger, but it's not quite gonna beat it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and make it race ready and see what it could do online. Alright, so once again at Sebring, I seem to be constantly getting this tracked when I go and do these reviews, so it's going to be a bit of a thing. But final specs of the car was a 6-liter engine, 364 horsepower and torque, and it weighs at 2,679 pounds. It is for B-Class, so for guys that don't know, I always maximize the platform handling and get the race tires on here, and whatever class it falls on, and that is what I build it to. So going into turns 2 and 3, going into Bishop, this Porsche is going to be a bit of a loose cannon as far as handling is concerned. He seems to have a major power build as he pulls away. Teddy Bogus there. We get around him pretty easily, but he does have a good cornering build. He does give me a little tap on the backside just to show a little bit of hey, I am right here. Here's 10 bucks in the Porsche. He's gonna drift it a little wide. I'm gonna try and get around him for a brief second, but his twin turbo is gonna kick in and he's gonna just shoot down the track. I do jump to this well, it looks like a Fox body Mustang. I think that actually is. It could be a Corolla, or not Corolla. I'm guessing a Fox body Mustang. I don't really know what it is. It could be an Escort, but either way, we're going into Sunset Bend here, where the Fox body Mustang does get around me again. He does have more cornering capabilities, but I do have horsepower over him, so that just goes to show the power of the Mustangs over the years. Now going into turn 1, here's 10 bucks in the Porsche. He does struggle around here. I do take it pretty tight. RTM does get around me pretty well. Going into turns 2 and 3, Teddy Bogus does do a very ballsy move, going right on the inside. Pays off for him. Mustang going off into the grass, losing a little bit of momentum. 10 bucks is 0.3 of a second behind me, going into Le Mans. Or I should say Le Mans. I don't know why I keep adding that S. It is not pronounced in this. Going into Ullman Straight, trying to open up the power a little bit. This is where I can overtake RTM in the Mustang and Teddy Bogus in what looks like, I'm honestly not sure what that is. I do let off gas here because I do tap on RTM's backside there. Going through a Sunset Bend. Teddy Bogus is going to get spun out by the Mustang. He's going to hit the tire wall with him. We're going to just go past right, well, pretty easily, not going to lie. He does apologize for it. I'm pretty sure he does allow Teddy Bogus around him to give him that spot back as a gentleman in the race community would. But, final scoring of the car, I mean, guys, I use it a lot, so obviously it's going to be a 10 for me, but when it comes down to it, I am going to say it is a 8 out of 10 because it does, I think final time was a 14.1. I'd have to go back through and see what my Charger did, but like I said, I'm going to rate it at a 9 out of 10 just because I don't want to be too biased. I am a Mustang fan after all. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this race, and pretend I said something corny here to get you to like, comment, and subscribe. So I hope to see you guys next time. See ya at the winner's circle.
Good run out there. We finished P5.